welcome to the Happy Place to Grow. I'm Mrs. Davison. You're you, but we're joining together because we are definitely going through this summer with some fun, interesting stories from author and illustrator Carle. We've read some great ones. I've got another colorful and interesting story to share with you today. It's called The Mixed Up Chameleon. A chameleon is a real creature. It's a reptile. It doesn't look like this, but it can change colors from skin color green or brown to different colors that it comes in contact with. Or if it's feeling a certain way, hot or cold, it can change the color of its skin. That's creative. That's cool. Now in today's story, this chameleon is going to be a bit mixed up, confused, unsure, changing its mind and changing what happens to it. He's a chameleon that's definitely making some wishes. He's wishing that he could look different and be different. Have you ever wished that you had a superpower, or you maybe could do something or look a certain way? Well, we all imagine, and this chameleon does too, but he actually gets to poof, change. The way he's thinking changes him. This is going to be a fun one. It might even be a little funny. He definitely looks funny on this cover. But before we dive into the front and go through the story, I want to check out the back cover because there's a cool box on the back cover. And in this box, there's lots of little mini pictures. Eric created this book a little different in design, so I want us to be watching out for these creatures and these people, and we're going to see a little stair-step effect, a little cutout, cool creation that Eric does in this particular book. And one more thing, on the back, the very last page, usually you go, when you're reading a book, you go from the first page to the last page. We're starting at the last page. Look at this. There's author Carle. That's when he was a bit younger. I wanted to read this page because Carle has a special message. He is the author and illustrator, but he also says that in this book, he had hundreds of co-authors. Do you know what a co-author is? A co-author is someone that cooperates, joins along with you to do something. In this case, write a book. He says this book was written by him and hundreds of children from around the United States and Europe, just different places he traveled. He consulted with some kids and he got their help when he was writing this book. That's cool. You mean kids can be authors? Kids can help illustrators and authors create books? Absolutely. And maybe you can too. So I want you to be inspired as we read and dream and wish about maybe writing and illustrating or helping someone, working together with a friend. He says children are interested to see how a book is made, how it's put together, and how the drawings have to be put on the page. He says, I always stress that what is more important than putting a book together is your imagination. You have to start with imagination, what you think and what you feel, because those are the things that help make a book come alive and a book work. Together with the children, he works on a book about favorite animals. The children make suggestions and then he draws. So that's how he worked on this book. They worked together, they dreamed, they talked about their favorite animals, and as they were talking, Eric was drawing. And then he went back to his studio and finished up the book. So when you're thinking about this book as we're reading, think about all the children that helped make this book happen. All right, here we go. The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. Of course, it's colorful. Always, all of his books are beautifully illustrated. Look at those colorful stripes. Oh, what a beautiful first page. And there he is, the chameleon. And they're normally green. They can be brown too, depending on their habitat. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. It moved onto a brown tree and turned brownish. So it started off, was crawling. It went to a green leaf. They can change colors. Their skin, the top layer of their skin is actually clear, and underneath, the skin underneath can change colors depending on where the chameleon is or how it's feeling. And then it moved to a brown tree and turned brown. That sounds cool. Then it rested on a red flower and turned reddish. There it is. When the chameleon moved slowly across the yellow sand, it turned yellowish. You could hardly see it. Definitely. I guess that's when it was yellowish. When the chameleon was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. So when it's feeling warm, it's feeling good. But when it's feeling cold and hungry, it turned gray and dull. So you could definitely tell what mood or what temperature is around a chameleon by the color of its skin. Ooh, this is a colorful page. Look at that tongue. You know its tongue is very sticky and it can go out of its mouth up to 2 feet and it can travel 13 miles an hour to get a bug because, you know, these guys are carnivores. They eat bugs. When the chameleon was hungry, it sat still and it waited. Only its eyes moved up and down and sideways until it spotted a fly. And a chameleon's eyes can work. One can look this way and one can look that way. When we use our eyes, we have to use both of them at the same time. The chameleon can use one eye this way while the other eye is looking a different way. Cool! The chameleon's long and sticky tongue shot out and caught the fly. That was life. It was not very exciting. But one day, well, that sounds kind of exciting to me, but maybe not for Chameleon. He happened upon a zoo. Whoa. Look at all those colorful creatures at the zoo. The chameleon saw a zoo. It had never seen so many beautiful animals. And people always go visit the zoo. Look at those colorful animals. I think he's going to the zoo. Now, remember those pictures on the back. Be spying for those. Look at there. He's looking a little grayish. I spy something, do you? Looks like a polar bear. The chameleon thought, how small I am, how slow, how weak. I wish I could be big and white like a polar bear. And Poof, Chameleon's wish came true. But was it happy? No. It made a wish, and the wish came true, but it wasn't happy. Look at this. Look at that cool little cutout right there. You can see each creature every time he sees a new one. You can see what came before it. It's like a little stair step. You know who he's going to see next. Flamingo. I wish I could be handsome like a flamingo. You think he looks handsome? Definitely crazy looking. You think he's going to be happy? I wish I could be smart like a fox. Uh-oh. Every time he makes a wish, polar bear, flamingo, fox, something changes. So he was grayish white like a polar bear. He's flamingo-ish. Now look at that foxtail. Oh boy. And look over here. Colorful. Each color is on this side. Each creature is on this side. That's a cool way to design a book. Neat. Interesting. I wish I could swim like a fish. Look at there. Colors, animals on this side, and colors on this side. What do you think he's going to want to be next at the zoo? Oh, something with antlers. Did you say a deer? You're right. There he is. Boy, look at his eyes. It's all mixed up. But he can do that with his eyes. And then look up and down. I can't move one eye up and one eye down. Can you? I wish I could run like a deer. There's the layer of animals, each page. And there's the color layer for each animal that matches. And that's a little cutout too. Just by that rainbow. I wish I could see things far away like a giraffe. Look how crazy. Wow, look at that giraffe. They've got really long neck. These are all creatures you might see at the zoo. And every time he makes a wish, he changes a little bit more. I don't think he's happy because he keeps making more wishes to be another creature. He's definitely comparing himself to other creatures. Do you think he doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself? He thought his life was kind of just boring. He wanted to be something different. Have you ever felt that way? I wish I could hide in a shell like a turtle. So first the polar bear, flamingo, the fox, then the fish, the moose, the deer. That sort of looks like a moose to me. The giraffe and the turtle. There's the color code. Definitely cool. I wish I could be strong like an elephant. Oh my goodness. How crazy. Don't laugh out there. He looks crazy. Yeah, it's okay. You can definitely laugh. Wow. That's a interesting way to look. Here's all the creatures. All of the color matches. Wonder what's going to happen next. You think he's going to see an even larger creature? Not a larger, but another creature. This time, he's wishing to be... I wish I could be funny like a seal. He wants to be crazy and funny. Remember, he thought his life was just kind of boring and everyday and average. He did the same thing all the time. He wanted to try some new looks on himself, and he wanted to be different. You know, when you're comparing yourself to others, you don't feel confident. If you look at others and say, oh, I wish I could be like that, I wish I could do that. It's good to look inside yourself and Appreciate all of your talents, your abilities. There's no one else like you, you know. Let's see what happens next. He's got the seal and the match-up colors. There's like a color chart there. Little stair-stepping animals. That would be a really fun way to design a book. Maybe you could try this at home. Let's see what happens next. I wish I could be like people. Just then, a fly flew by. You know, he loves flies. He's still making those wishes, and pop comes a hat and an umbrella. But now he sees a fly. You think he's going to want to be like a fly and fly away? The chameleon was very hungry. But the chameleon was very mixed up. It was a little of this and it was a little of that. And it couldn't catch a fly. Oh no, could not catch the fly. But all of everything he saw at the zoo, stair-stepping, all the colors that represent what he saw. He's hungry, he wants to catch that fly, but he's all confused and mixed up. He's a little of this and a little of that. He made one last wish. I wish I could be myself. Look at that rainbow of colors. Matches up with all the animals. White, pink. We've got red, orange, brown, yellow, green, blue, purple, and chameleon color. That was the color of the man and woman's umbrella and hat. And there he is, back to his self. He's looking good, don't you think? Much better. And that long, sticky tongue went out and caught that fly. And the chameleon's wish came true. And it caught the fly. And I love the bug, the little sticky tongue made a splash. And if you notice, part of the words are covered up by the splash. How cool is that? No wonder this is such a colorful, creative, cool book. Eric and his children, friends from all over the United States and Europe helped create this fabulous book. The end. And you know what? I liked this book, and I liked the message that Eric and the kids gave us. You know, there are lots of cool creatures and lots of fabulous and wonderful colors out in the world. But if you start comparing yourself to everything around you and you try to be who you're not, you can get mixed up, you can get confused, you can get sad, you can get frustrated. So I think it's a great idea to think about how special you are. What talents do you have? What can you do that no one else can do? There's no one else quite like you. So definitely appreciate the you that you are. You know, it's great to imagine and pretend that you're a superhero or a princess or a baseball player, whatever you want to imagine you are. And it's even okay to try to work toward new skills. Maybe you want to be a baseball player when you grow up or a soccer player, and you have to work on your skills. That's okay too. But don't get all stressed out because you're not, maybe your hair's a different color or you have different talents and abilities, you're short or tall. Enjoy and appreciate all of the wonderful things that make up you because you're unique and you're special and your talents and you yourself can inspire other people around you. So be the fabulous you are. And you know what? here's some things to think about after reading. You might want to be like the kids that helped co-author this book and create your own cool book creation. Maybe you want to do some stair step and colorful side pages. That would be awesome. Maybe you want to work together with a friend or your parents or grandparents to create a creature book. That would be awesome too. Or maybe you want to explore colors. I read that chameleons, sometimes when they're going across different colors, like if they go across certain colors, their skin even can mix. Like when they go across a red and a blue, something that's red and blue, their skin can appear purple. Maybe you want to explore the world of colors, how to mix different colors and get new colors, like if you put red and blue together. That could be a fun extension activity. You know, when I read a book, it inspires me to want to learn more. Maybe you want to learn more about colors. Maybe you want to go play I Spy for different colors in your house. Maybe you want to collect some orange things or some red things or do some color mixing. Another thing you can do after reading, maybe you want to go and find out more about this cool creature called a chameleon. You can look on the internet, do some kid-safe searching with an adult, and find out more facts about this cool reptile. Where does he live? What does he like to eat? What does he do that's special? Yeah, you can find out more about this really cool creature called a chameleon. So do some other activities after enjoying this book. All right, readers, I hope you've enjoyed this silly, fun story that definitely let us know how special we are and not to compare. Enjoy being you. All right, until our next story time together, do some research on a chameleon, play some fun color games, mix two colors and see what happens, what changes take place. That's chameleon-like for sure. All right, until our next Eric Carle story together, as always, keep reading, have a fun and safe summer. It's almost over. It's almost school time. Enjoy your last few days. And I can't wait till we join back together. I'll see you real soon.